Hello, Tubies. We haven't done one of these in a long time. Remember when altar tours were cool? Well, I thought we would do one today. Who doesn't love doing an altar tour? Me. That's who. Anyways, so I thought I like my altars to be messy, but sometimes I actually clean the damn thing. So I thought I'd walk you through, like, what the hell is going on here and why all of the candles. So we'll start over here. So we have the goddess candle. It's a particular goddess that I work with, whose name I shall not mention because I don't need to give the haters more fuel than they already have. And over here we've got moon candle. I like these big tall pillar candles that represent, like blue ones, they represent the moon for me. And my computer is making sounds. What the hell? Anyways, so I can't find these pillar candles anymore. Like, there was a dollar store I used to go to, and they would sell them like there's no tomorrow, but they don't sell pillar candles anymore. And I can't find pillar candles anymore. It's not like these candles are centered anyways. Like, look at this flame. It's not even centered. Okay, it might look centered now, but trust me, it's not centered. I never use these candles for spell workings. Then we've got these selenite candle holders. You can see it's like black inside. You're supposed to put like tea light candles in there. I'm like, fuck that business. I'm gonna put pillar candles in there. They're not pillar candles. They're like taper candles? I don't know. Then we have a little black candle. I fuck if I know what it's for. We got some patchouli burning. You can see I burn a lot of incense. I've usually got like a stick going. These last what? Hour and a half, and I usually light another one when it's done. It's for the spirits. And then, so we've got that, and then over here we've got more pillar candles. Now, I have these on plates, and you can see why that I have them on plates. You try picking wax out of this thing. Fucking impossible. So yeah, that's why I have my candles on plates. Then we have another moon candle that represents the moon for me. And then we have Ashtaroth's candle, and I broke his candle holder. So if we look here, I don't know how well you're gonna see this. You can see like right here, it's like broken because I was trying to pick the wax out of here and failed. And then underneath his thing, I've got his sigil. And then I bought this recently at a store called HomeSense. It's an iron. Yes, this is an iron mortar and pestle. No, it's marble. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm grinding resins or whatever, or like colorful herbs like red sandalwood, you're gonna dig, aren't you? Hey! Damn cat gets out of its litter box and decides to start digging on the ground. I've only got one, ow, I almost burned myself. I only got one coal left. Like, legitimately, I need to go on, what is it called? New Age Imports and get, like, more boxes because that's the last one. That's the last one. And to buy a package of king-size coals is like $14 Canadian. Okay, and you buy those from, like, shisha places. They're expensive. And like a box of king size coals, which is the ones I buy, are $50 Canadian. Whereas you go to New Age Imports and it's like $5. So which one would you rather do? Anyways. So then we have my little book stand here. And I've got my 5,000 spell book, my tarot cards that I barely ever use, Book of Shadows, pens, and incense. I try to keep my altars as clean, pristine as possible. I have something I burn charcoals in, and I have something I burn like when I'm doing offerings or I need to communicate with the spirit world or whatever the case may be. So anyways, I try to keep my altars clean and minimal. I just like having a lot of candles because who doesn't love candles? So it's like a rainy day out today, so I thought I would just light up the altar. And one thing to know, at least in my opinion and in my practice and the way that I do things. Oh, and I've got some incense back there. It's called my Original 3. It's patchouli, peppermint, and red sandalwood. Anyways, one thing to know, at least in my craft and the way that I do things, just because you light your god or your goddess candle doesn't mean they're gonna be around. My goddess is around right now because she wants me to do something, which I will do in another video. But just because you light them doesn't mean that they're going to appear. There's times where I'll light Ashtaroth's candle and he's like never around. But I do it out of respect for them. So yeah, there's that. Now let's go over to the other altar and I will show you what that one looks like. So be right back. Okay, so we're back. And up here we've got herbs that I use the most. I have been going through and purging a lot of herbs that I don't use anymore because I find that there are like when I go to Mount Rose Herbs, I'm like, ooh, I want that. Ooh, I want that. Or like when I go to Monterey Bay Spice Company, I'm like, ooh, I want that. Ooh, I want that. And I mean, I do the research on the herbs before I buy them. What are your magical? What are your medical? What are your like correspondences? What are you good for? So on and so forth. Can I make a tea out of you? Will I die if I touch you? Like that kind of research, right? Research everybody should be doing. So these are the herbs I use the most. So we can see we got some frankincense, we got some licorice root, lavender, dragon's blood that I've crushed up, eyebright. I use a lot of eyebright and mugwort, and you'll see that in another video I have coming. Some calamus root and wormwood up here, which we'll be using too in another video, and then I just got a bunch of other herbs back there. And then down on this thing, I've got these mason jars that I put tea light candles in, and I gotta like change these tea light candles. I feel like they only burn for like 2 hours. They're like the cheap grocery store tea light candles, you know, the ones where you buy like a pack and there's like 100 tea light candles in there. Yeah, they're those ones. I've got my black salt, is that Crossroads? I'm like reading it through the camera. Crossroads dirt and graveyard dirt. Now, I watched this thing on Ember Honey Raven's Patreon about graveyard dirt and collecting it, and I'll give you a small snippet of how I collect graveyard dirt. So, when I'm at the graveyard, I never collect the dirt from the grave. Just because I feel like that's disrespectful. That's just me, though. I mean, you do however you do. I just find it to be very disrespectful. And it feels weird to be digging on somebody's grave. Like, I don't walk on people's graves. I don't even like, you know, like, I don't walk on people's graves. I stay 6 feet away from the tombstone because like, it's just, I don't know. For me, it's just, you don't do that. But you know, you collect however you collect. I will go to we've got a lot of spruce trees in our graveyards. So I will collect the dirt from under a spruce tree or a place that's close to a grave, because I feel that the spirits, and I never work with one particular spirit. I never collect graveyard dirt from one particular grave. I collect it from the graveyard itself, and it's spirit energy. It's spirits of the dead. It's not like a serial killer or your grandma or your father or whatever. It's the spirits of the dead. That's what I work with. However you collect graveyard dirt is how you collect graveyard dirt, but that's just how I do it. Crossroads dirt, which is this one, I collect from a crossroads in a graveyard because spirits are usually at a crossroads, and in life situations you're sometimes at a crossroads and you need to, I don't know, figure your shit out. And you need spiritual guidance. So, yeah. This is Desert Rose Selenite and a giant thing of black tourmaline. I use black tourmaline everywhere. It's the biggest protection thing. Black tourmaline absorbs negativity. It keeps it inside. It never releases it. Back here, I meant to use this fresh. I'm growing some herbs inside, and this is chocolate mint. And I meant to use it fresh in a tea, and now it's all dry. And I mean, I can still use it. There's nothing wrong with that. I've got my giant rainbow obsidian orb. This thing was like $300. Like, I don't understand. It's this tiny little thing, and it was like $300. So, okay, whatever. I've got some Aspen incense that, oh, I can't remember her name right now, but she sent it to me in like love mail that I have on my channel somewhere deep in the past before I got all damaged and broken. I don't burn it very often. It just looks so pretty. And then I've got my money mixture herbs that I use for anointing and dressing candles, and you can see it's like all over the jar because oil, you know. This is quartz. I think this is smoky quartz. And then this is, I think this is jade. I can't remember. I don't know. I think it's jade. I don't know, it's a crystal. Who cares? This is my potent don't burn inside will kill everybody and its mother's dog incense. I burn this outside. I like close my balcony door so that the smoke doesn't come inside. It's got sulfur in it. It's also got chili, like red pepper flakes and sriracha. It's like meant to like put up a wall around my place, and then anything that comes my way gets sent back to them. I use it to like put a circle around certain candle readings I'm doing, just so nobody can fuck with them, and all of that fun stuff. Then we've got some fire oil. I don't strain my herbs out of my oils, as you can see. I probably should, but I don't. And all of my oil bases, the carrier oil as it's known, is coconut oil. So this looks really ugly, I know, but it's my fire oil. It's got like habanero peppers in there, cinnamon in there, sriracha, cayenne, ginger. It's got like stuff that would kick you in the ass, but it's used to speed up or empower a spell. The same way I use Dragon's Blood. So Dragon's Blood and Fire Oil together make a spell that might take like a week, take 24 hours. If somebody owes me money and I need them to get it to me now, it like kicks them in the ass. Then we've got my Road Opener Oil, and it's got like bay leaves. My Road Opener Oil is not the same as like what you would see on the internet. It's got things like bay leaves and mugwort and eyebright and herbs that open your eyes and like make you see things, not see things in the psychedelic, hallucinogenic, I've just taken a pill of acid kind of way, but more in the, okay, I understand how to go forward. It's used in those times where you're like, I feel like I'm blocked. And then this oil is the same as these deadly incense. It's basically this deadly herbal mixture blend in oil form, and I use this when I need to burn a candle inside to do the same thing as the incense blend would do outside. So this one doesn't have a smell, like you don't get that burning sulfur, burning anything kind of smell. It's just you dress the candle, and I usually dress a black candle if I have them, or a white candle, and I don't have any black candles anymore. So I will dress like a white candle, and, you know, it's the whole envisioning a wall, nobody can fuck with you type of thing. This is my Command and Compel oil. You can see that it's got pepper flakes, it's got licorice root, it's got all kinds of things in it. Again, I don't strain my herbs, so some of these look really ugly. But I use a lot of this because I work from home and I work for companies that like to take forever to pay you, or I need something now so I can command a bitch to do as I tell them to. It's pretty potent shit. And then this is the famous money oil. This is, you know, you've seen me make this a million fucking times. I use this all the time. Whether I need a company that I'm working for to get clients so that I can continue to keep my job, or I need to get paid, or I need to work with Boone to find a job, like whatever the case may be. And then if we go down here, I have an authentic crystal ball that was like $300 as well. I don't know why I spend so much money on these things. You don't need to be a witch. I just had the money. These are tarot cards that I use in Magic. So they have like, some of them are stained with oil, some of them are sticky because they have like oil and herbs, and like some of them have like candle wax stains. Like, they're the deck that I use specifically in Magic. And I mostly use a couple of cards out of them. And then in here, what do we have? Do we have anything in here? Oh my god. I'm breaking everything, and I'm trying to do this with one hand. Oh, I've never been in here. I just tend to throw things away. What do I have in here? You can't see anything. I don't know why I have these. But we've got pendulums in here. I think this is my pendulum drawer. I have pendulums. Some of these were like $75, and some of these were like $15. I just can't remember which ones. And then I've got like, where's the camera? I've got pendulums. I don't really use pendulums. Sometimes I will if I'm doing like a fire reading. So I'll have like a fire going in a cauldron, and I'll swing the pendulum through and let the spirits guide it, but that's about it. And then down here I have nothing. Okay. So then we have Scully. I found this at like a dollar store, and I was like, this is cool, you'll be Scully. He sits on top of the patchouli herbs. This is the spirit altar, like where the spirits can come to. I mean, I've shown all of this stuff off like before, so like this is nothing new. But I have my sage. People are messaging me on Facebook. I'm like, please fuck off. And I have a mortar and pestle and another mortar. Like, I will show you my mortar and pestles when we're done this. Like, you've seen 3 already. Okay, be prepared because I've got a whole bunch more. I have a little cauldron that's just for decoration. I have another one here that I burn those cone incense in. And then I've got various crystals. So we've got some quartz, smoky quartz, regular quartz, smoky quartz, regular quartz, jade, desert selenite dildo, because who doesn't like a selenite dildo? And then down here you can see I've got shamanic dreamstones around a key, and then there's like an obsidian ball on there that was $75 because I like real things. My altar's kind of a mess, I know, I'm sorry, but whatever. Black tourmaline, various rings that I don't wear anymore. This one is a obsidian. This one is a something. This one is a amethyst. Copper. Look how pretty. Ooh, pretty. Focus. There we go. Just a regular old ring. This one, the center of it moves. I used to wear this one all the time, and when I had my ex, he used to like, when he would hold my hand, he would play with this ring all the time. And more obsidian. It's like a teardrop. I don't know. And then just earrings. I don't wear earrings anymore. Maybe my ears will close over. So that's basically that. And then if we go down here, oh my god, we have more herbs, and we have my favorite. This is my favorite herb of all time. It's not even a herb. Don't burn this inside. You'll die. I think I spelled sulfur wrong. Whatever. We've got just a bunch of herbs back there. I got lots of red sandalwood. I haven't put this in a container yet, but this is bayberry root bark. Really great in money spells. Mandrake, juniper, chamomile. I only use this in making tea. So, yeah, that's that. So these are just all the other herbs and like some resins and so on and so forth. And then down here, I cleaned this up the other day. So we've got our little eyedroppers, which we'll use in another video. We've got patchouli, dragon's blood, frankincense, vampire's blood, wood. I had to clean up my incense. Like, I had so many fucking incense. So I just basically throughout a shit ton of incense. And then in these, which you can't see anything, it's like just stuff. So like this one's got some oils. It's got, oh shit, black tourmaline chips that I use in making protection oils. Let me find the damn lid. It's got tiger's eye that I sometimes will throw into my money oil. It's got amethyst chips that I will sometimes throw into love oils if I need a love oil, or like I'll do a honey jar. This one's got like some herbs and shit. We got lots of matches, and we've got rubbing alcohol. You're like, what the fuck is rubbing alcohol for? This is like 70%. I think in Canada I can get it up to 90, but that's about it. Oh, this one contains my cone incense, and then this is a tarot deck that I don't use because I just don't. It's the Hermetic Tarot. What else do we have? What is this? Oh, these are tarot cards that I was given when I was like 18. I don't use them. This is like a little altar thing I'll pull out every now and then if I need to communicate with a goddess or with Ashtaroth, or if I need to go to the spirit plane or whatever the case may be. So that's basically it for that. So these are like two of my altars. This one I don't do workings at. This one is just like decoration. And I'll burn incense sometimes, or cone incense for the spirits. And then the other altar that you saw is used in actual workings. It's both a working altar and a, regular altar. So I was gonna tell you about my mortar and pestle. So you've seen 3 of them. Let's go see the other 104. So you guys will have to forgive the mess of my kitchen, but these are all of my mortar and pestles. These are some bagels, because who doesn't like bagels? Okay, so I just bought this big ass wooden one, like, the other day. When the fuck am I ever gonna use this? This looks like a huge ass dildo. Like, look at that. That's like a hemorrhoid causing dildo right there. So there's that one. Here's this one. Like, some of these, they look dirty, and they kind of are dirty, and I need to, like, clean them. I can't remember what I was crushing in this one. This one I never really use, because it's, like, a fragile mortar and pestle. Like, it's fragile marble. This one looks super dirty, but trust me, it's clean. This is what happens with my mortar and pestles. I grind resins, so there's like lots of dragon's blood and other crap ground up in here. And then I'm stupid enough to put them into the dishwasher, thinking that will clean them and they will look pretty and gorgeous again. Except they don't, because the resins, they melt and turn into like a glass type thing, but they get into the cracks and then this just looks dirty and gross. I think that's one of the reasons I keep buying mortar and pestles, because I'm like, this one looks gross. Let's buy a new one. Then over here, we've got this big ass one, and this doesn't go to this. This goes. I think I've only used this a couple of times. This looks dirty as fuck. This is the mortar and pestle. Like, it's fucking massive, and it's heavy as fuck. These were all like $19 to $29 Canadian. Okay, so like, yeah, I'm gonna buy them. This is a big ass one. Like, I don't even know what I would use this for, but I bought it anyways. Then we have this one. See, it looks dirty. It's not. It's resin. They're clean, I promise. Here's its pestle. Look how pretty that is. I use this one a lot sometimes. I like to use these ones if I need to grind up resins. And then there's this big ass one. This one I ground cinnamon in. And that's what this one's for. And it was just like, it's not for cinnamon, but that's why it looks so brown on the inside. But I've used all of these at some point. I try to keep all of these like pestles so I can stack these fuckers. Like, I have nowhere to put them in my house. It started with one mortar and pestle, and then it, like, evolved, okay? It evolved. Oh, this one goes to this one. I'm just gonna put you here. So this is another one. It looks dirty as fuck because it is dirty as fuck. I just recently used it and haven't, like, wiped it out. That's what it looks like, and it's like big as fuck. I've used this one for grinding resins. I've used this one for like all kinds of things. This one I got when I was 18. It's dirty as fuck because, I mean, I've used it so much. Like, it's not like actually dirty as fuck, it's just dirty as fuck. I've ground black salt in this, I've ground resins in this. That's kind of why it looks so dirty, is the black salt. It's been in the dishwasher, I've hand washed it, so on and so forth. But I've had this since I was 18. This is the very first mortar and pestle I ever had. Then we have a wooden one. These wooden ones, I tend to only use them if I'm grinding up loose leaf herbs, because they're not good for anything else. Like, look at this. I think I damaged this, or it came like this. Are you gonna focus? Maybe? No? Okay. Well, you can kind of see that it has like an indent in it. So that's the wooden one. And then this is another wooden one that you may have seen in previous videos, and it's got some herbs in there. Because I need to like clean all of these. But this one I will use again if I'm crushing up like loose leaf herbs. Not good for resins, for obvious reasons. So I've been wanting to do a video on my mortar and pestles forever, but I'm super fucking lazy. And I thought that I would show you guys my mortar and pestles, because I tell everybody that I have a billion of them. Like, I have a billion. And it's like an addiction. I go to HomeSense and like I see a mortar and pestle, I'm like, ooh, I have to have it. Don't ask me why. Probably never gonna use it. Except I've used every single one of these mortar and pestles except this one. I need to make this one lose its virginity. But I've used every single, like every mortar and pestle you've seen so far I've used except for the big brown one. And yeah. So anyways, that's a tour of my altar at its current state, my spirit altar at its current state. Both you've seen plenty of times in previous videos, and the one thing you haven't seen is every single one of my mortar and pestles. I can guarantee you at some point in some video at some time on my channel, you've seen every single one of these. And now you know exactly how many I have. Okay? I have another video coming to do a candle reading, and I want to show you guys the herbs, the oil, the candle reading, the candle burning down, the actual reading. So stay tuned.